Today we're talking about the list, our new style series that talks about the 5 or 10 must-have items that we love to see hanging in our closet. It's all coming up next on Style at a Certain Age. Hi ladies, it's Beth and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time visiting, welcome. I'm so happy you stopped by. Please hit that subscription box down below because you're not going to want to miss any of the videos coming your way. And also, I'm on Instagram, and you can sign up for emails on my blog, styleatacertainage.com, where you will receive a daily post. What's on the list this week? Well, since there's finally a chill in the air, even down here in Georgia, it's all about coats and more coats. So we're just taking a deep dive into 5 classic coats that I always have in my closet. Coats run the gamut depending on which region you live in. For example, when we lived in Northern California, I rarely sported a coat except in the summertime, which is crazy, but San Francisco tends to be really chilly in the summertime. But when we lived in Minnesota, I can assure you I had a well-stocked coat closet. But my love of coats stems from growing up as a child in Nebraska, and school shopping and coat shopping were just what we did every single year. And not only had I outgrown my coat from the year before, making it a necessity, it was always just kind of fun to see what new and exciting coats that they had available. Of course, there are the classic styles, and I'm a classic style dresser, so I always tend to gravitate towards those coats. But there are some very fun and on-trend coats as well. Fast forward from my childhood growing up in Nebraska to in my 40s when I lived in the tropics for well over 10 years. And you didn't even need one coat there because when the temperatures range from the 90s and then the humidity is hovering around 90% as well, you're not going to want to have a coat in your closet, except you perhaps might be traveling for business or you're going on vacation and you're shushing down those ski slopes. Of course, you're going to want to have a puffer jacket at your disposal. So I recommend having at least one coat in your closet at all times, no matter where you live in the world. So today I've gathered 5 must-have coats that I typically have in my closet and made it on the list this week. They're classic, some are a little bit trendy, but they're always serviceable. And of course, I'll have all of the description links down below in the description box. So first up is a leather or suede jacket that's perfect for those first days of fall that are a little bit chilly. There's a nip in the air, but you don't want something really heavy or warm. And if you just have room in your budget for one of the jackets, I would highly recommend not the suede, but the leather jacket. So this is just a very traditional moto style jacket, and it has the zippers, zips up here and on the side and on the sleeves. But I also love a suede jacket. And does anybody remember that Jerry Seinfeld episode where he was wearing his suede jacket? And so that's why I say if you only have room in your budget, pick the leather one because suede is a little bit more of a delicate fabric. And Jerry ruined his coat just by walking in the snow. So you do have to be careful when you pull out your suede. But it's a wonderful jacket to have because we have leather and suede boots that come out this time of year, and leather and suede jackets go perfectly with them. This particular suede jacket has some interesting details, and I'll just point them out because it's those small details that set your jacket apart from the pack that you kind of want to look for. So there again, we have a zipper. We have the slant pockets, which makes it very flat, so it's not bulky. And this one has the princess seams, which really, it's a boxy shape, but it still gives it a little bit of a shape with the princess seams. And then it has top stitching on the top. But if you do get caught in the rain wearing your suede jacket, I just have a really easy tip. And that is you just take your jacket and turn it inside out so the lining is showing, and then you'll salvage your precious suede jacket. Or you could go with a faux suede, and that's what I have on today, just a faux suede. They're very, very popular today, and they're not as expensive as a leather or a suede jacket. One coat I like to have on hand to battle the damp and the cold weather is a quilted field jacket. It's as warm as it is stylish. The first quilted field jacket appeared on the scene in the mid-1960s thanks to an American living in England. He first invented or created a quilted vest in a traditional color palette of olive and navy that was perfect for hunting expeditions. The quilted vest allowed the wearer freedom of movement when they were out in the elements and especially hunting, and it became so popular that a quilted field jacket soon followed suit. But it was the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, who single-handedly catapulted this jacket into an iconic status when she was spotted wearing one while riding. Hers happened to have a brown corduroy collar, and afterwards all the celebrities had to have one, and an iconic coat came into being. It's easy to see why the field jacket is perfect for inclement weather because the outer shell is splash proof, and it's also quilted to give extra warmth with the batting in between, sewn in between. I particularly like this one because it not only has a zipper, but it has snaps to really keep you warm. And I love the addition of the leather trim and the shoulders that also have the leather, and then the elbow patches, which kind of gives it some character. You can count on upscale brands Barber, Burberry, and Ralph Lauren to have at least one iconic field jacket in their inventory, but many mid-price brands also trot one out every year. For a more polished look that's work appropriate, we all need to have a top coat. And if there's only one coat that you can have in your closet, it definitely needs to be this one. Look for single-breasted or double-breasted, depending on your personality, or the very classic wrap coat that comes in camel, black, or brown. And you'll have a stylish coat that will last for years and years. An overcoat is the single most important item in your wardrobe because you'll be wearing it every single day during the winter. So we need to choose wisely. So make certain that the shoulders fit well and hit you right at the end of your bone where your arm starts. Also, a mid-sized lapel is the risk-free way to go because it's kind of like Goldilocks. It's not too thin and it's not too thick. So a mid-range lapel. And also look for a pocket that's going to be on the inseam because that will just give you a very smooth and flat finish. With your winter overcoat, you can accessorize with really fun and jazzy hats, scarves, and footwear. But if you keep your overcoat sophisticated and subtle, you'll have it lasting for years and years. I have a double-breasted coat from Marks and Spencer that's wool and it's black, but it has that military crispness due to the brass buttons. But it can be hard to wear a double-breasted coat because it does add additional bulk with the additional layer. So if you feel that you can't get away with this coat, then stick to a single-breasted. Thanks to Eddie Bauer and a fishing expedition gone awry and a severe case of hypothermia afterwards, we have a warm, down-filled addition to our closet called the puffer jacket. A puffer jacket can be sporty and cool, but it is quite bulky. So to kind of tone that down, a style tip is to just get a very sleek and sophisticated hat or a beanie, and you will take this very sporty coat and elevate it just a little bit without looking too cutesy. But if a bulky puffer coat really isn't your thing, guess what? With technology, we have these amazing thinsulate coats now that are very, very streamlined. This particular one is from Athleta, and I take it on all of my travels because not only is it reversible, so we have the navy on the one side. Let me show you. Then you have this really cool champagne color on the other side. They're both neutrals, which goes with everything. But it just rolls up into nothing, and you can pop it in your tote, you can pop it in your suitcase, and you have a really lovely, lightweight coat that is travel friendly. Last but not least on my list is the statement coat. And the prerequisite for this is a very long winter. So I'm thinking back to my Minnesota days when January rolls into town and you're really kind of tired of wearing all of your winter gear. So enter a statement coat that just punches a little personality into your wardrobe. And you don't have to break the bank with this type of coat. It can just, it can come from Target. You can go to Old Navy, wherever it is, or find one on sale. But just find one that's just a little bit of fun and it infuses your personality into your closet. I have one from Banana Republic. I've had this for several years and I always get lots and lots of compliments on it. It's a neutral, so it's white and black, but it's the snow leopard pattern, and so it's just kind of fun and jazzy. And I also have this one that's a camouflage coat. And again, it doesn't break the bank, but it just has some fun details. It has patch pockets in the front, and it doesn't have a collar. And then the cuffs have a nice little detail on it too. So anyway, a statement coat for those long winters that our northern ladies have to face. And but just look for something fun, and your dreary winter day won't seem quite as cold. Let's take a look at those outfits one more time. Thanks, ladies, for stopping by and watching the list. These are the 5 coats that I always have in my closet and have served me well for many years. I'm so happy that I have them now that we live here in Georgia, because when we first arrived here, I really, for some reason, didn't think it was going to get as cold as it really does. We may not have to contend with the snow, but we definitely have to contend with the cold. So, and as I mentioned, even when you live in California, you want to have at least one beautiful coat hanging in your closet for work or one of those vacations. So, where can you find me? Style at a Certain Age? Well, of course, here on YouTube, because you've been watching this video. But you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And I also have a blog where you can subscribe to my newsletter and receive the new post every day. So thanks so much for stopping by, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.